So I don't know if you've actually noticed, but it does seem as though in most Asian countries, food allergies and intolerances of various types are pretty uncommon. In the video clip we've just seen, it looks like there's a group of friends and they're eating same dishes, although they may have individual serving plates. I'm not sure, but the point is, if allergies do exist in this situation, people are pretty relaxed about what they're eating. And I'm sure if there was something which they might be allergic to, they just wouldn't eat that particular dish. Now, of course, communal dining is very common in Asia, but why do you think Asia seems to be so low when it comes to food intolerances? Whereas in the West, people are obsessed with telling everybody how they're gluten-free, how they can't eat this, how they're on a certain diet which restricts them from eating this kind of food. But in Asia, people seem a lot more understanding and a lot more accepting of people just eating everything. And I think that this comes from the fact that they are exposed to potential allergens from an early age. So children will eat the same food that their parents eat from the time they start developing teeth. Whereas in the West, we're much more conscious about, oh, maybe children shouldn't try oysters, children shouldn't eat the same food as their parents, children shouldn't eat spicy food, they shouldn't eat raw food. Whereas in Asia, I think they really seem to have a much more mature understanding about food. And it's why we see people just much more relaxed, much more calm in situations where they're eating food in a communal setting. I'm not saying by any means that there's no intolerances, no allergies in Asia, because that simply isn't true. I do know for a fact that certain people who travel in Japan, for example, feel that when they do have an allergy and they try and raise it with a restaurant, it's not taken very seriously. A lot of the time they would see this as, immature, even attention seeking. The same as in Hong Kong, where this video was taken. People just aren't really that used to people presenting them with all kinds of allergies. And it's just not as litigious as we have over here. I know there's been some quite high profile cases where people have had an allergy and the server was made aware of it, but they didn't do enough. And that person has had a terrible case where they've died because of what they've eaten. Should you really blame that on the restaurant? I don't even know, because in that sense, somebody is just so allergic that maybe they shouldn't even take the risk of eating out at all. I know that might seem harsh, but look at it another way. What we see in the West now is that a lot of places are just overly cautious. You've got a situation where people don't want to have gluten items on the menu if they can replace it with a gluten-free item, which just means that people without allergies are suffering because your food is getting more and more bland. Chefs won't take so many risks. Whereas in Asia, as I say, you can just eat anything, and it just seems as though if you're not sure if you can eat it or not, don't even go out. Anyway, guys, why do you think allergies are so unusual in Asia, whereas they are absolutely rampant in the West?